Welcome back to the DIM channel. Do it myself miscellaneous. Do from oil changes to fixing microwaves to fixing vacuum cleaners, lawnmowers, you name it. It's all the DIM channel. So I want to do an oil change today. The last time the video was about the trunk issue, and that was resolved. You can take a quick recap. When you open the trunk, it just flies up. Let's see if I do it now. Let's see. And then that's resolved, and this was like about a week ago. I'm gonna do an oil change. I have for this car, this is the N55 engine. This is gonna take at least 6.5 quarts. So I have 7 balls, so it's gonna be six and a half. It's gonna work for this. It's a little hot right now because so I just wanted to cool down so the pressure can be lowered. I'll probably open the engine cap, the oil cap. If I can get this to turn. Alright, yeah, so that's gonna, yeah, that should ease some of the pressure in there. You can already see the smoke coming out, and I've only turned this engine on for about less than 3 minutes. Yes, this is the turbo engine. Gets hot pretty quickly. Alright, so I have to get the oil pan under here and I'm gonna loose this out. You can see there's a minor leak right there. I gotta figure out why that is. But let's get this show on the road. I got all the tools I need. I finally got the right tool for the filter housing, the oil filter housing. So it took about a week to get this, and this is the perfect fit for it. I bought one from one of the local hardware store, and it didn't work. But this one fits pretty snug on top of here. So we know that's in. It's a little tight now because the heat actually caused it to expand a little bit. So I think I'm gonna remove this cover right here. Gonna get better leverage to do this. This is an easy snap-on. This oil change video, which should take less than 30 minutes or so. But I'm gonna actually do a detail after the oil change. You can see there's a lot of dust inside here. I've done a detail before with just soap and water. It took about 2 hours to do it, and I'll show you how that is done, and the precautionary measures you need to take when doing that as well, if you're gonna use soap and water, and if you're gonna spray this down as well. You can see there's an oil spill here. This must be from last time, so I'll try to clean all that up and show you guys the end result. Alright, let's get this show on the road. First thing, I need to get the oil pan under there and loosen up that bolt to get the oil out. Alright, so I'm under the hood now, and this nut, I got a 17 mm. This is what's gonna loosen this one out. 17 mm fits perfectly. You're gonna make sure you have your gloves on. No, just to make sure everything is nice and safe. So I'm gonna loose this out. Righty tighty, lefty loosey. Alright. Oh, this is pretty tight. Alright, so I think it was just needed a little bit of force to kind of get this open. So now it's loose, and you should be able to take this out and get the oil drained. Alright, screw. Yeah, the oil should be coming out. Make sure the pan sits directly under, just to avoid any spills. Alright. Alright, there we go. Oops. That's why you need to go. You need a glove. Look at that. My hand just got in the way. You want to make sure you can reposition the pan as well. Alright, so just gonna let that drain. Wow, that's really black. Alright, so I'm just gonna let that drain all the way out. I'm gonna soak up any excess oil that is in here, dirty oil, before I refill. Replace the filter. And see, looks like it's almost, yeah, it's wrapping up. It's dripping there a little bit, but I believe it's gotten the most of it out. So the next step after this is to replace the oil filter and replace the rings. I'll show you what those are in a minute, and then once we get those, we're gonna put the nut back. Alright, so this is the old filter over here, and this is the new filter. Wow, look at the difference here. Alright, so these are the parts that come with the new filter. We have the rubber that fits around the cap, the filter housing cap, and then you have the washer. That's where you're gonna plug it back up with, where the oil drains out. And then we have the green rubber that goes on the tip of the. Alright, so we're gonna need to remove this old one, this old ring sitting on the first groove here on the top. And then we're going to need to remove the small one and then replace it with the new one. Alright, so let's go ahead and do that. And then just going to fit everything back up in here, including the new oil filter. Stop. It's a little bit just dripping, so that should be okay, because it can drip like that for a very long time. So I'm just gonna wipe any oil that might have leaked anywhere to the side. And once I'm through with that, I can put the nut back on. Look like it's not gonna stop. It should. It takes a while. For that stuff. So I'm gonna put have the new the washer back on here. It's the new. I replaced the washer. So I'm gonna now see, plug this back up. I just want to make sure that you're not skipping any threads in doing this. It has to be perfectly screwed on here. I use this to do it because it's like real greasy. Make sure you push the pan away so you don't get oil all over yourself. Alright, I'm gonna hand tighten this and then wipe any excess oil. Alright, let's hope this should be tight enough. You don't want it too tight, or really too tight, because it's gonna be a problem to get it back off next time once that gets heated. It's gonna take extra effort. Alright. Alright, I think that's good enough there. Just gonna wipe this excess oil, and we're gonna put the oil filter housing back together, seal that up, and we should be good to go. We're gonna start pouring the fresh oil in the engine. Alright, I'm gonna keep an eye on this since it was still dripping. But I think that's good. Alright, let's go get the Alright, this is the new oil filter. I replaced the bottom rubber as well as the major rubber right here. Right here. Alright, so we're gonna see. Alright, so we got the new oil filter in there. And we're gonna put this back up with the new rubber. Show you once again. Yeah, we got. Alright, we gotta make sure this fits pretty snug in there. I cleaned it out pretty good. And I'm gonna put this back together and make sure it's hand tightened from the beginning, and then use the tool to finish the rest. And there you can see that the rubber is doing good so far. Alright, you can feel the difference with the new rubber versus the old one, and I was taking it off. You can feel more friction, so we know for sure that there's not going to be any leak going on here. Alright, not too much force on this, because remember, this is plastic cover, so it can crack. Just enough. Alright, maybe a little bit more. Alright, that's I think that's good enough. Because remember, when it heats up, it's gonna expand, and you don't want to make it too tight. You just want to make it right. Alright, let me see how I can get this wrench off. Alright, everything is good, but I'm confident that this was done correctly. So we have the bottom seal, we drained the oil, and now we have the oil filter replaced. So next thing is just to fill it back up with 6.2 quarts, right, of the 5WD-30 for this particular turbo engine, full synthetic. Alright, so we got my trusty little blue funnel here. So we're gonna start. This. Just wanna make sure you don't do it too rash. Alright. And I like to let it sit so I can get every bit of oil out of there. And as I can do this with one hand, shouldn't be that tight. I guess I'll just do them all. Alright, here's the second one going in here. 5W30. Drink that all up. Alright, I got all my bottles lined up, so it should make it easier. bottle number 2 is dripping, it's done. Go to bottle number 3. Alright. We're gonna pour. Drink that all up, drink that all up. Okay. We're down to bottle number 5. Alright. Let me just take a look under here. Just out of curiosity. Just want to make sure. Yeah, it looks pretty good. Alright, so we know we've sealed it pretty well. And then later on we can, once the car is started up, we can take a look. I'm just one of those who just like, want to take all the precautionary measures, because it's not like you're a professional doing this. You're doing this yourself, so you just want to be on the safe side, just being thorough, and that's me. All right. Looks like that's number 5 is done. We're down to number 6. This is going to be a full 6, and then number 7 is going to be 0.5. Okay, after you refill after you've done the complete oil change and everything is back to normal, you want to come inside here and you want to reset the computer. And there's this button on the left side, right under the gauge, gas meter, and you want to hold it down for a couple seconds until you get those options, and then you're gonna release. It's already selected, so you're gonna press it again, and then it should ask you want to reset, and that's the question. And you want to hold it down again, and then it's gonna say resetting. Alright, so that's perfect. It says reset is successful, so you shouldn't see that notice that you get on your screen where it says that you should reset not complete. Usually this triangle, which I've seen before, and it says all systems are okay, so you shouldn't have a problem there now. So alright, so that's the final step, and you're back to 0. And you always want to reset everything here, at least when the mileage is concerned, so you know exactly at what mileage you need to change. Alright, thanks for watching. This is DIM channel, Do It Myself Miscellaneous. Look out for more videos, not only auto, but there's a bunch of miscellaneous things that I'm gonna come across that I just decided I want to do myself. Alright, I'm gonna start this engine up, and we're gonna see how it goes. Alright, thanks for watching. Okay, so the car was running for about maybe 5-6 minutes now, and now we see it's reading the oil level, and everything seemed to be okay. Alright, awesome. Great. Successful oil change. The DIM channel, Do It Myself Miscellaneous. Thanks for watching.